So even years after I made my last tutorial, I get a request for one sound more than any other, and that's for throat bass. It's been a sound where I almost ignored any requests that came in for it for one reason. That's my embarrassing beatbox confession: I couldn't make the sound. But having been beatboxing now for more time than I'd care to even remember, I figured it was about time I sat down and learned it. Now, I'm still very early on in the sound, which is why I wanted to make a tutorial showing you how to do it, because then in a couple of months' time when I'm good at it, I can show you again how I've advanced. So here is the long-awaited and much requested tutorial for the throat bass. Now before I teach you this sound, there's a few things I want to say. First up is this sound hurts. You need to make sure you're drinking a lot of water while you're practicing. You need to make sure you only practice for a little while. I'd say maybe 10 to 20 minutes, at least up until your throat has built up enough to be able to maintain it for a longer period of time. Certainly when I sat down and first learned it, I got so excited I did it for about 45 minutes, and it wasn't very pretty the next day when I couldn't speak. Secondly, you should really research throat singing. In the description for this video I'm going to post some links to some guides which I read, which really helped me just nail the mouth positioning. Finally, don't be discouraged if you can't do this right away, because I was discouraged and that's why I put off learning it for like 5 years. Some beatboxers can just do it like that. It's okay to hate those beatboxers, but just stick it out, practice, look after your throat, and you'll be fine. Now to make the sound itself, first of all you need to be able to fake a cough, like and when you cough, you get a slight raspy sound, and that's actually your throat clearing itself. If you draw out that raspy sound, it will dislodge some mucus at first, but if you draw that out, that's the essence of the throat bass. From there it's about controlling it and adding your voice to it. Now that in itself sounds terrible, and that in itself is how I sounded for 5 years. Now what I personally do is bowl my tongue slightly and pull it against the top of my mouth. Like that. Because then becomes now doing it with doesn't sound so good. If you do it with a with the bowl, it sounds a lot better. And that's really the basics of the sound. From there you can try different mouth positions and try in different flows from your throat. Now when you're doing the sound, you should be able to feel it in your chest. Once you got the basics of the sound down, it's really all about experimenting with different tongue, lip and mouth positions to change the sound of it. For example, it's very easy to get the and then of course you can pull it into a beat. Anyway, I hope this tutorial has helped you at least understand the concept of the sound. And like I say, in a couple of months' time when I've got a little better, I'm going to try post a follow-up video showing a few techniques I may have learned from it, and to hopefully show it evolving into a better sound. Otherwise, like I said, have fun with it, stop if it hurts, and look after yourselves.